So our next segment is very exciting. We've got a variety of guests coming up now. We've got Grace, and we've got her mum and Nate from Koalaa coming on.
Lovely to see you. Hi, how are you doing, Nate? Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Should we do that as well?
Oh, we could.
Right, come on over here.
This is cool.
So how are you all? Good, yeah.
We're good. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
We're saying we feel like celebrities. This is.
Quite right, you had your own music.
Do we?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You had music. You didn't hear it, but we did.
Was it a good soundtrack?
It was fabulous.
Okay, I'll watch it back later.
Right, so how are you both? How are you feeling? I'm loving the Reach jumper, all colour coordinated. I see you've already got the mitt on. So how was that? Do you want to talk to us about that?
Yeah, so I first found out about the mitt in 2019 when I was at the Bristol Reach weekend, and I was there with my mum and we saw Nate, and we signed up for the trial, and I had a mitt which was quite different to this one back then, but then after a while they made a new one and they sent that one to me, and I learned how to do stuff with it. I did drawing and I had a guitar pick for it, and yeah. And then I've now got this one, which I got today, which is the newest one.
So, I mean, I saw you backstage putting the mitt on and doing that. Do you want to talk us through that and how you got to where you are now?
I mean, we've been doing this ages. I mean, you had one of the very first designs, and that design was the mitt. And now we've moved, and it's always from feedback. It's like the feedback you guys have given us and all the families we worked with, which is approaching like 300 to 400 families now.
Wow.
Most of those in the last year. We always make new designs. So this is the newest design. It's actually called the ALX, after Alex Lewis, one of the first guys we worked with. And you can fit the whole thing in like 15 minutes. So I didn't know what your size was. You asked me what measurements to send. I was like, don't worry, I'll just come do it in person. It turned up, cut it down to length. Actually, you had to go cutting it. You actually made it the right length.
Yeah.
So this is fitted by Mum. This is a Cathryn original.
I tried cutting it, but the scissors were quite blunt.
I brought the bluntest scissors.
Well, we're being safe here in the studio. We don't want too sharp.
Smooth, actually. But no, it was good. So that took like 10 minutes. And yeah, same thing. You just have different tools at clip in, clip out. And you actually, with the last one, I'm hoping we can do some more in the future. You played Somewhere Over the Rainbow, made a little video, which was amazing because we put that up as part of Project Limitless, which is our partnership with Reach, with Douglas Bader Foundation, to raise money for every child across the country to have a soft prosthetic, to have stuff that Koalaa makes. And that went really well. And so now, I think I can say this, I think it's fine. I'll give you a scoop. So
yeah, please. Hey, we like scoops on this.
It was originally for ages up to 9. But we got so much demand and so much traction and so many people doing awesome stuff like Grace and playing amazing things that we're now extending that to any child. So anyone under the age of 18 will come to us and we'll get them a prosthetic for free. So I would encourage them to come to Koalaa, which is the company that's doing everything. That's our new company. And we'll get you prosthetics. It'll be fun, and we'll join the community and come hang out with us.
So you play guitar with your mitt, did you?
Yeah.
And so what's the red thing in the prosthetic?
So this one you can use and you can put a pen through it and you can do drawing and writing. With the last mitt I had a guitar on because at school in my music lessons we were playing guitar, and so I needed something to strum with. So I got the last one and it had a guitar pick, and now there's a new guitar pick tool which you can attach on.
Which, by the way, is named the Grace.
Name the Grace?
Yeah.
So everything we make, all the ideas come from people, and this idea came from Grace, and so we always name it after the person that
How cool is
came up
that?
with it. So Grace is famous.
Yeah.
She's very modest. This is a superstar. We're all in awe.
What a legacy to have.
I know, named after you. That is very cool.
Brilliant.
And what about you, Mum? What have you enjoyed most about Koalaa and Mitt? And
it's just been really different to other prosthetics that we've had from the Limb Centre, which are good in their own way for different things, but
These ones are
tend
very
to be
light.
really heavy. Yeah, and the mitt is so soft and so light, and it's easy to fit it. You don't have to have a cast made and then have something really, really awkward and maybe not quite as comfortable. So yeah, the mitt has definitely been more usable for Grace, particularly for the ukulele playing. It was really.
Yeah.
Really useful to have that, wasn't it? It meant you could join in with your class without things being complicated at all. And it's just, we had one before that had like a white cover that you could draw on. So Grace
So
had
I
her
put, like,
own,
GB in
her
as
own
a start.
design for a while.
I like that.
So it's just been a lovely experience. It's been really helpful to have it, and just a positive thing with your arm, isn't it?
One of the things it's always interesting, if I might ask you, Mum, here a little bit, because people are always, don't worry about the sounds. No one noticed.
Things.
It's this whole thing about prosthetics. There's always a massive debate, isn't there, at Reach, about the different prosthetics. What's your view as a mum watching Grace over the years try different things, and talking about this particular prosthetic, but obviously you're very involved in Grace's decision making.
Yeah, we had a cosmetic prosthetic when Grace was a baby, a crawling arm, that she didn't ever really take to and didn't use. So we weren't going back and getting a bigger one every year or anything with that. But then as Grace got a little bit older, you kind of realised that even though you might not want to wear a prosthetic the whole time, a tool is quite useful. So I think seeing it as a tool is something that you can use when it's needed, rather than something that you're going to wear all the time, is how we've seen it, really. So we've used, we've had an arm made for riding a bike, so that Grace could be kind of a bit more even in the way she was holding on.
Lean forwards
And that was really helpful. And we're going to get another adaptation for her bike now that she's outgrown her existing one, but it's a sort of, you keep coming back to it, I think, and seeing what's useful at this stage. So the bike arm we had worked, but it's heavy,
just
so
really
she
heavy, so I can't
lift
take
her
my
arm
arm
off to indicate.
Oh, God.
So we're going to need something different, so you can lift your arm out of it to indicate. So I think you sort of work it out as you go along and see what's useful, and also just not feel that it's something you need to have the whole time.
No.
Yeah, I was exactly the same. As I used to wear a cosmetic prosthetic quite a lot, and then as I got older, I tend to not wear it as much, but I had one with like a hook on, and I used the adaptations and it was called the claw because it opened like that, because I found the adaptations a lot more useful than a cosmetic prosthetic.
Yeah.
That's quite cool. You have loads of because like choice is good, right?
Yeah.
Just have the choice to. I find like a lot of prosthetics, there's like an idea of rationing about it. It's like you get one, and then it should be like shoes. Like you have as many as you want.
Well, it's interesting you say that. We just had a question actually came in asking about, do you see any challenges in comparing, the Mitt to other things on the market? There's so much out there, but do you see any challenges in that?
For us as a company, like Koalaa?
I guess really for all of you, really. I mean, probably more for the users, really. I'm guessing, the fact that, you're looking at them. I mean, obviously you're aware of what's out there in the market because you can all learn from each other as different providers and things. But what about for yourselves? How do you see that?
I think, in a way, we can go to the Limb Centre and ask for them to help us sort of solve a problem in terms of something that we need. And then when we've got the Mitt Koalaa products alongside that is lovely because there's that choice. In a way, it might be helpful for the Limb Centres to be offering the Mitt somehow as well, and to be talking about that and to know about it, so that there's an understanding that this isn't just an extra, but this is a really valuable thing that isn't, it's not quite in the same, it's a different kind of thing. You don't have to make it in a workshop, you don't have to do the plaster casts. But it's really valuable.
I think I'd definitely echo that. Like when we're working with clinics more and more, but it is that challenge, and every clinic works on its own. And so to spread that message is difficult. So I would encourage anyone who has a Koalaa and likes it to just make their clinic aware. Because we're super open, we'll talk to them, we'd love to work with everyone. And I think that would be really good, you're right, if it's part of the limb fitting, the Limb Centre system would be awesome. Yeah.
Fabulous. We've just had another question as well for you, Nate. So you've talked about new projects and developments and stuff. Is there anything else exciting in the pipeline you can tell us about?
People
Cheeky
always want to
insight?
know the latest
You always
news,
want
don't
the
they?
Yeah,
gossip.
you always ask me this. I'm always getting in trouble for answering it. Yeah, loads. I mean, our team's grown ridiculously. So this time last year, when we were having these kind of conversations, we were a team of about 5, 6, and now we're nearly 20. So, like,
I remember when we first spoke, probably about 2018, 17
it
or
was
something.
just me.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, wow, that's a phenomenal success.
Left uni lectures and I was here instead.
Yeah.
And it's been mad. And so the team's grown, our community's grown. We actually have hundreds of families. So we get so many ideas. And that's where all the best ideas come from, it's just people using it. And so our roadmap of what we're making is really exciting. We're working on a lot of cool stuff. But the one that I think would be I'm most excited about is that we started with below elbow limb difference. So if you have an elbow but maybe a small forearm, then we moved on to partial hand. So if you have a wrist but maybe a small hand, we made stuff for that. But we've got loads of requests for people who have above elbow limb difference. And so we listened, we're like, yeah, we need to do this. And so that's what we're actually trialing now. So again, I'm doing a lot of encouraging, but I would encourage anyone to go on our website if they want to try an above elbow soft prosthetic. It's like this, it's like soft and like clothing. We have these now, so people should call us and we'll give them some for free and it'll be great.
Fabulous. So how long have you been developing the upper elbow prosthetic then?
We sort of started it probably not long, maybe 7 months ago, 8 months ago. We do things quickly, like we do things rapidly, which sometimes people don't realize. Like they ask us, oh, is that possible? It's like, oh, it's possible. It's just, we just need to know about it. Come tell us and we'll do it.
Oh. So we can just get into contact with you then. Any ideas?
Oh,
To your
please.
website.
All ideas.
All ideas.
Every idea.
Fabulous.
And we'll do it. Yeah, we'll build it together. We love, we're starting to do more and more now that the world's opening up again and the apocalypse is becoming over. We're starting to do more in-person things. So we've been going along to the Reach events. If your Reach chapter is organising something, please go along, come see us. That would be great. Give us ideas then. But also we have like visits, people can call us up and say, well, I'd like to work on something, and we'll invite you around. We'll get the design team round and we'll make something, and then it'll be named after you and you'll be nearly as famous as Grace. That'd be great.
Any final thoughts?
I don't think I have any final thoughts. I'm just amazed. I wish I had one when I was younger. Yes, I really do. And obviously any Reach child can get in contact and talk to you about it.
Please do.
It's so lovely to see you beaming, smiling with your with your new Mitt. It's just absolutely great.
Watching you have it fitted, the smile on your face was just amazing. You were so excited.
Oh, good.
How long does it take you to from the moment you get a new one fitted to feeling it's kind of just regular? You don't think about it being new. You're so used to it. How long does that process take you?
Well, I think when I got the one I had before, I think the first thing I did was like decorate it fully, and then I think because I used it quite a lot because every week I had to play guitar at school and I used it ukulele at home really often. So I think I just got used to. I knew how to put it on, take it off. I knew where it was comfortable, and I think it didn't take it took less than a week for me to be able to be really comfortable, and it just felt normal in a way.
Oh, great.
Fabulous. It became quite comfortable quite quickly. You just had to get used to it. Yeah, I think it's like that with most prosthetics I've found. Yeah.
It's like anything, isn't it? If it's a bit different, you become very aware of that difference, and then after a while it just becomes something you don't think about anymore.
That's good. That's
Brilliant.
Great. I like that.
Well, Nate, we're going to go over there in a second. We're going to have a look see if there's any more questions, and we'll have a quick chat. We've got a little bit of changing around to do on the sofa. But Cathryn, Grace, we're going to see you back in a second. But thank you very much, and thank you so much for just sharing that, because you have no idea the value of that for people at home watching. I mean, I know you've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
Just seeing it is just such a big difference, and it's just in real life as opposed to just seeing it in a brochure or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And you love people getting in contact with you, don't you?
Please call me. You can't bombard me. I love it.
Okay, up there, absolutely perfect. Let's just talk a bit about, and I don't want to, I'm not really asking you to give away too many secrets, but what's the biggest thing when people come to you for the first time? Because there'll be lots of people watching who, we always get new people coming every year for our weekend. What would you say to people who are thinking about having a conversation with you for the first time? What's that first conversation like? What do you talk about? How does that go?
Oh, it always starts for us, because we see our role at Koalaa as we're purely here to support the person and the user to do what they want to do. So the conversation always starts with just about them. Like, what do they like? What do they want to do? Do they have any hobbies they want to do? Do they have anything they want to try new? Like Grace was learning to try some new instrument. That's perfect. That's how the conversation goes. And that normally flows into all kinds of interesting things. And that's how we can make a personal solution for them and introduce them to the right people in the team who have similar limb difference, who have similar experiences, and properly welcome them into a community.
And I guess the big thing really is there's no expectation from your side or their side in terms of it's just a conversation. Because sometimes people think, well, am I semi-committing to something if I come along?
No. I mean, my background, I was an engineer that started in uni, so I'm probably the least commercial person ever. So I genuinely just love people and talking to people, and we love hearing their ideas and getting away from the idea that it's a medical thing. This isn't a clinic, like this isn't a prescriptive thing. This is the fun thing that you should want to use, and we want to make that.
And hopefully you got a big response from the Insights video that you did.
We did, and that was amazing. Like, in fact, one of the ladies was asking all the questions. She now works for us. Her name's Sarah.
Excellent. Well done, Sarah. Good. So you were also using it as a recruiting tool.
It absolutely is. Absolutely is. But I mean, this is it. I mean, the best ideas come from the people we're trying to work with. So
absolutely.
So that's kind of our ethos. Like, there's no us and providing something. We view this as a team. So come and chat.
And not only do you have an amazing team, but I think everyone here considers you as very much a part of the family and the Reach family. Because you're so much a part of it. I mean, to be honest with you, the family weekend wouldn't be the same without you. So you're here each time giving us amazing advice, lovely new ideas, and just your enthusiasm for helping is great. So Nate, thanks so much. Say hi to everybody back, all 20 of you back.
Yeah, it'll take a while, but I will.
See you next year.
Thank you so much.
If not before.
Before that.
Thanks very much.